So I told you that all the, I'll call it the commentary that you've made, the Christian Council of Ghana and the Methodist Bishops Conference, they agree with you. However, this is what they say. They said they also recognize the practical challenges that accommodating multiple religions would create. Adjusting timetables, allocating prime prayer rooms, revising uniforms, or managing perceptions of inequality would impose significant administrative burdens. These challenges are not hypothetical. They risk undermining the order, focus, and equality that are essential for discipline and academic excellence. A single unified school culture serves the entire student body far more effectively than a fragmented environment in which students operate within separate religious frameworks.
My brother.
And it says, our position is grounded in constitutional and legal principles, particularly the right to freedom of association and religious liberty. These rights protect both individuals and institutions. As Christian communities, we have the constitutional right to operate schools that express our faith. Expecting us to suppress the Christian identity of our schools to accommodate every religious group would infringe upon this freedom. You see, this is where they are right. This is where they are wrong.
Hold on.
Nobody is asking
Wesley
Girls to suppress, okay? Nobody is asking them to suppress their Christian identity.
You see?
To the extent where they're saying that the schools, it will suppress the Christian identity of the schools and accommodate to accommodate every religious group.
He's asking for that in his beliefs.
Yes, I get it. No, I get it. I think that, okay, so that's a response to what I feel.
It's part of the beliefs he's seeking.
Now, hold on a second. Just one second. Ultimately,
yes,
our stance is rooted in the very heart of our missionary purpose.
Okay.
So the same missionary purpose that you talk about, which is Christians must do ABCD.
Yes.
Okay. But it says these schools were never established merely to instruct in mathematics, literature, or science. They were founded to form young people holistically, intellectually, morally, and spiritually. But as for Islam, it's not spiritual. So it can only be spiritual when it comes to Christian religion.
Don't be sarcastic.
That's what I'm inferring from what they're saying.
Okay, right. That's fine.
In the light of the gospel, do you see?
What is the gospel?
So you cannot be spiritual.
What is the gospel?
Then he said, Christian worship, formation, and values are not peripheral additions. They are integral to our identity and the very reason for our existence. To demand that we secularize our environment and remove Christian practices, nobody is asking you to remove Christian practices. Anyway, is to undermine the foundational mission that brought these institutions into being. So this is where they say.
So do you know something? Do you know something?
You agree with them?
Yeah.
Do you know something?
All right.
I agree with them.
The very constitution that they are referring to, that nobody should undermine their constitutional right of freedom of association and freedom of worship, they are trying to undermine somebody else's own. Do you understand?
Right.
Because the Bible, the same constitution says that, if you read further, it says that inasmuch as you practice your own freedom of association and worship, you must do it in consideration of others' own. Not to infringe on others' own too. Number two, all the administrative difficulties and what have you they've expressed and all that are not superior to the constitution that says everybody should be allowed to practice his religion. It is not superior. Again, if they had said, okay, that, well, if you want to practice your religion, we will not alter or edit, or if you like, reverse and prepare our administrative practices to fit the purposes of prayer time and all that, you are free to do, but our program will run the way they are supposed to run. We will assess all students with the standard we set to assess all students. But you have your rights to run. I will have no problem with that.
Okay.
But you see, let me tell you something. Ghanaians, let's be careful. You see, Israel-Palestinian fight, for example, is largely based on religious differences.
Right.
You've
gone far. Nigeria.
Hold on. Let's be careful. In Nigeria, we've all seen these adoptions and so forth and so on. In Ghana, we've become an example of equal coexistence with each other.
Okay.
Brothers see brothers, sisters see sisters.
Okay.
The beginning of articulating, teaching our children this kind of religious discrimination
Okay.
from secondary schools that they will grow with,
Okay.
to be realizing that Christians in Ghana are different from Muslims in Ghana, is planting something horrible I do not want to mention,
Okay.
that we should be careful
Okay.
not to go there.
All right.
Again, I thought that the Constitution should rather be saying what I'm saying, and Christians should be praying to accept all people.
Okay.
Christians rather should not be letting people go.
Okay.
Because our fundamental right as a Christian, our duty and our purpose,
Okay.
the great agenda,
Okay.
is to go ye all the world
Okay.
and preach the gospel.
All right.
And bring all human beings to Christ. No discrimination.
Okay.
Did he say bring Christians to Christ or Muslims to Christ?
All right.
All, A-L-L, all to Christ.
All right.
And I think we should rather bring all to Christ.
Spirit.
All right.
Thank you.
Just yes, in summary. So we'll go to Panda. Yes.
I agree with the Catholic Bishops' Conference and the Christian Council in the sense that the gentleman who went to court is seeking a declaration to prevent or stop all mission schools from undertaking their religious practices on
Right.
campus, or asking all students to undergo those religious practices. And I think that would be very unfair
Right.
to those mission schools because I think the partnership they have with the government to educate the citizen has been a very healthy partnership, and we should not split hairs over this issue.
Okay.
So we should allow them to undertake their religious practices, and every student, as I've said already, every student who wishes to enroll in a mission school should be prepared to undertake the compulsory services. This has gone on for over a century, and no Muslim or atheist or somebody who doesn't believe in the doctrines of any of the mission schools has died. Well, nobody. The AG is supporting Wesley Girls High School.
Okay.
I think partly because of this. Because he has filed a response rejecting claims that the position the school took is unlawful.
Okay.
Based on the grounds that the school was set up on Methodist doctrines. So they are at liberty and it's lawful for them to do whatever. But what we are asking for is some allowance for non-Methodists to be allowed to practice their faith for peaceful coexistence.
So Reverend Jones Latte, he's a minister of God, and but interestingly, not interestingly, but the good thing is that he's also a lawyer. So for his practicing in the UK, in England. So he says, what happens at Ahmadiyya schools? Do they provide a worship place for Christians? He wants to know. Okay. There's a judicial discretion must be exercised rightly by the Supreme Court to ensure safe discriminatory practice. What if two students in a school say that homosexuality must be taught in schools as a matter of human rights under the Constitution? Moreover, no constitution is practiced in a vacuum. The 1992 Constitution provides 2. Every person in Ghana, whatever his race, place of origin, political opinion, color, religion, creed, or gender, shall be entitled to the fundamental human rights and freedoms of the individual contained in this chapter, but subject to respect for the rights and freedoms of others and for the public interest. The key is respect for the rights and freedom of others and for the public interest. And, it says Dominic is wrong. The Israel-Palestinian conflict is not religion, but land. It's about land. But there's some elements of religion in there. Yes, it's predominantly about land. That's true. But there's some, because the Palestinians are Muslims and the Israelis are Jews. There's some religious element in there. But again, Reverend Jones Latte, where maybe I disagree with you respectfully is that the right for a man to say they want to sleep with another man, for the state to acknowledge it, is not something that's
in our Constitution.
That's not in the Constitution.
It's provided for in our Constitution.
You know what I'm saying? But this one
is also provided for
in our
No
Constitution.
student can get up to decide on what should be taught in the curriculum.
So that's where the difference is.
I mean, maybe.
But Ibrahim says that Ibrahim is he is sending us a message from a fan call. And it says, Salamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam, Ibrahim. He says, I dove my heart to Presec. After the school general PTA meeting just last Saturday, the headmaster requested to meet with us, the Muslim parents. Mr. Morrow says the reason for the meeting was to reassure us that our boys are in good hands and that our boys are, 1, freely allowed to worship. 2, the school has a Muslim patron who is outside campus to advise the school administration on matters on Islamic issues. 3, to request our assistance to renovate one of the classrooms. The school allocated Islamic prayer and activities. And so Mr. Moro, he said, the school has a special meal they prepare for our boys in the month of Ramadan. Kudos to Presec. Now, Ali Huraya, who is the Greater Accra DC Regional Zango Caucus coordinator, says that they're telling us to build our own school. We should stop complaining and set up. Okay. Austin Game, who is a labor expert, he says, this is a very strange proposition by Christian schools pushing out souls that desire education and to have the chance to witness a Christ-like spirit that operated in the sixth church-age prophet John Wesley.
Absolutely.
I'm pleading with the Christian Council of Ghana and the Catholic bishops to help keep the peace we have. I also urge the National Peace Council to be proactive in the handling of an issue like this. Now, the Peace Council has totally sided with the Christian Council of Ghana. I would just want to burst your bubble on this matter. They have totally sided.
Council?
Yeah, the Peace Council.
I think they had an MOU last year.
What's the make of the Peace Council? Is it only Christians?
There are Muslims.
So
in the Peace Council,
how
the Peace
can you say
Council.
the Peace Council?
Well, I'm talking
Based
about
on an
there's I think there's a statement I saw. Must have been yesterday or 2 days ago.
Did the
I think it's a
Muslims?
2024 MOU.
Oh, it's a
On
2024.
mission
Oh, yeah, the
schools.
2024
Yeah.
MOU, yes,
Yeah.
where they agreed on the modalities, how to go about things. But
Yeah.
I think yesterday or 2 days ago, I think I heard an interview by a member of the Peace Council who says the council agrees with.
Do you know
anyway,
what we should do?
I stand to correct it, I can check that. But it says that I'm pleading with the Christian Council of Ghana and the Catholic bishops to help keep the peace we have. I also urge the National Peace Council to be proactive in the handling of this issue like this. Game and Game ADR Institute stands ready to use the Holy Bible, the Constitution, and the mediation tools to help both sides resolve this matter very quickly. Now, yes, that's Austin Game, the man who just sent the message. That's him. Now, Sani Salihu says that there can never be but or any counter-argument from the Catholic Bishops' Conference and their associates. They should just be tolerant and accommodating. They are societal members and cannot be an island of their own. We all suffered similar fates way back, and it is high time is looked at. Good morning. That's from Sani Salihu. Mystic Wonder Avuka, inside in Sawame Dwaje, says, good morning to you and your panelists. The Fenyo Marking led micro. Okay, so this one has got nothing to do with what we're discussing. But Manche Bruce is opining on this matter for the first time. This is the first time I'm hearing his opinion on this matter. You know, he's a lecturer, very senior lecturer at Takrady Technical University. I'm deeply troubled by the current controversy surrounding the right of Muslim students to observe their religious practices in Ghana. During my secondary school days, nearly 3 decades ago, Christian and Muslim students coexisted harmoniously, often participating in each other's religious activities. Muslim students would join us in church services while maintaining their daily prayers and seasonal fasting.
Exactly.
It is disheartening to know that in 21st century Ghana, we are now facing core challenges aimed at restricting Muslim students from exercising their constitutional right to practice their faith. The wearing of hijab and observance of daily prayers and fasting are fundamental aspects of their religious identity. As a nation, we must uphold the principles of religious tolerance and freedom enshrined in our constitution, ensuring that all citizens, regardless of our faith, can practice their religion without fear of persecution and marginalization. It says, amazing convictions. Professor Eric Bruce Amate Jr., a.k.a. Manche Bruce II, Dean of Students, TTU. Oh, Onupa, what level you okay? And you are the Dean of Students. Or maybe you've always been. I didn't know. Anyway, so Mansa Musa, who is a journalist based in the UK, he's with the Voice of London. He's also watching the show, and he says
he's watching.
Captain Moro, this morning, I am sure in downtown China, they are not discussing religion or faith.
Exactly.
But look at how
Exactly.
education is contributing massively to that nation's development.
Oh.
Even those who brought us religion in whatever form, they do education and science separately from religion. We in Ghana must back our ideas up and move on. Thanks from Mansa Musa of Voice of London Radio, UK. Hey, Mansa, you vex. Good morning, Moro. My name is Peter T. Why not the government put in place measures to involve the communities for community engagement, stakeholders meeting to enhance proper dialogue, to create a guideline for common environmental friendly with the schools? Religion should not be a barrier, let alone be encouraged as a communication barrier. So my very good friend, Cobra Cobra is, well, that's how we affectionately call him, back in the day in Adisado College. Now, he says that it wasn't a big deal for us to coexist 25 plus years ago on the Great Hill. Adisado College called the Great Hill. You know, Kofi wanted to come there, but...
You're emphasizing that.
We stopped it.
Green Hill.
He said that he doesn't belong.
Fortunately, I had my first choice.
Please.
So, you had your first choice. That would have been a second choice.
So what has changed in 2025? I can bet you that the students themselves wouldn't mind and will gladly give their Muslim mates the space to offer their prayers. Have a good day. Cobra, good to hear from you. You know, interestingly, the suit that's been filed by Shafiq, the Shafiq Osman guy, he was in court yesterday.
Okay.
And there were 10 Christian friends of his who were there to solidarize with him.
Yeah.
They are in full force with what Shafiq is doing. 10.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's an individual. It
and I
depends
know
on
my
the
heart to
individual.
them. Congratulations
It depends
to
on
them.
the individual.
So Alhaji Hamza from Pig Farm says, good morning, my brother. Truth be told, I'm sad and my heart bleeds for this nation. In fact, what we're trying to do with the Wesley Girls matter must not be allowed and encouraged. Oh, you mean what Wesley Girls do must not be allowed and encouraged? This is a very dangerous path that we're treading upon. Are we saying teachers who are Muslims cannot teach in Wesley Girls? Are they also having doctors who are Muslim who sent to Wesley Girls to save lives will not be accepted? Please, let's wise up. They should not also forget the fact that our taxes are used in running of the schools day in, day out. In fact, I'm sad, my brother. The Supreme Court should call Wesley Girls to order in order to save this nation. Now, in fact, the conversation now that is happening, is taking place amongst, we're told, some of the owners of some of the schools, some of these mission schools, is that maybe they would want to kiss goodbye whatever financial support intervention that the state is giving them. That's
not even the issue.
Some people say that, well, because we're getting state support,
they hide their own teachers.
That should not even be the issue.
They want to operate outside of the framework of the 1992 Constitution.
Exactly. So that's the point you're making. We shouldn't allow that.
Reverend Joslati says, do you know where the Dome of Rock and Al-Qasr Mosque are located? Israel has not prevented Muslims from using these mosques. There is a zero religious matter in the Israel-Palestinian conflict. It's about land. Who owns Hebron? Check out my podcast on YouTube. Search Watchman Unlocked. Okay, sir, I'll do that. Reverend Joslati, I will do just that. Senior citizen is also weighted in this matter. He says, what Wesley Girls Senior High School and other education institutions should realize is that they exist to educate. They are not a religious sect. Do they not educate their students about our religion? What is better than having to learn practically from those who belong to these other religions? This obviously gives my Christian religion a bad name. It is against the teaching of Christ our Lord, just as you said in your submission earlier today. Now, Peter T. from Shukura, thank you very much for the commendation. Let me also look at this. Okay. All right. So I guess that I would end the conversation here
on that,
and move on to some other issues.
Anyway.
Yeah, because as for the Wesley Girls matter, I'm sure that we can use
take the whole day
to talk about it. Yes. It's very. I mean, it's heart-wrenching.
Yeah, it's a sensitive issue.
It's an emotional topic for me. You know,
seriously.
and I've had some difficulty. I mean, yesterday I went to town on this matter, and I'm told that I'm trending. I didn't go to town yesterday because I wanted to trend.
I haven't seen it yet, though.
But yes, apparently I'm all over the place. And, those who are insulting me are insulting me, and those who are
religious matters are very sensitive in Africa.
I think that if you were on the side of the fact that Wesley Girls should stop what they're doing and insulting you,
and I told them
and if that's your position and they are insulting you, I want to enjoy part of your insult.
Thank you.
Because it's a beautiful insult.
Thank you for the solidarity.